Channel. Today I'm going to showcase some old footage and pictures from our Walt Disney World trip in December of 2019 and kind of give you guys my thoughts and what I'm thinking of for Disney for the rest of 2020 and 2021. As you know, I'm a travel agent. However, I will be honest and truthful with you. My business is the least of my worries right now. It will come back. I will have a business again, but right now my number one priority is my clients and making sure that they are having the best trip that they possibly can and feeling safe having the trip that they're having. We have not been to Disney as a family since December of 2019. I have gone for some work trips, and I actually was in Disney World on March 1st, right before all of this happened. I will say that if I wasn't in the process of buying a home and literally told I cannot vacation right now from my mortgage lender, I would be visiting Disney World right now. I feel that they are taking the precautions to make you feel safe in the current situation that we are in. I do not have children or myself or anyone around me that is medically fragile. I have been to Disney World many times, so I've seen character parades and met characters and had character dining and all of those extra things. So my agency owner is actually in Walt Disney World right now. I will say the takeaways that I've seen from her trip. The crowd levels are very, very low. People in the resort, very, very low. You do not see a lot of people around. I will say that it seems that they are really taking cleaning seriously. They're making sure that you are wearing your mask. They are making sure you have your mask on at all times. They are cleaning rides, benches, trash cans, everything. I think that the Walt Disney World property, as well as honestly America in general, is just the cleanest it's probably ever been. There are plenty of areas where if you need to have a break and take your mask off and cool off, you can, because I have heard the masks do get hot. It does get kind of warm. It probably would be highly suggested to wear a couple masks, or bring a couple masks, so that you can swap them out as you get sweaty. I will say that in my job right now, I'm not required to wear a mask, but it's looking like I probably will have to. Walmart, everywhere is making you wear masks. So you know what? If you have to wear it everywhere else in the world, I'm thinking Disney World is probably one of the cleaner places and the safer places to be if you do want to travel. I would love to be at Disney World right now, and unfortunately I can't. I think that don't go to Disney World right now if this is your first trip, because I don't think that it would be the trip that you want to have. If fireworks and if character meet and greets are really important to you, obviously don't go right now. If paying out of pocket for your dining is important to you, don't go right now. But there is a certain group of people, and that's kind of where my family fits, where we've been to Walt Disney World a few times, where I have older kids, where they love the rides and they love the history of Disney and all those things. I think that this would be a really, really good time to go to Walt Disney World. If you don't feel comfortable going in 2020, I think 2021 will be a great time to go. I think that by then, Disney will really have a handle on all of these new procedures and protocols and everything that's going on. I think that, a lot of people will be going back by then. I think right now, it's an unprecedented time where you could go with low crowds and, really clean areas and things like that if you're okay with missing those, few little things that they have taken away. So the whole booking process and everything like that has changed for Walt Disney World because you don't have fast passes, because honestly, it doesn't seem as if you need them because they do have limits on how many people can enter the park. So the number one thing to do whenever we're looking at a vacation for you is we're going to go look at the calendar and make sure that you can even do the days in the parks that you want to do in the parks, because you have to go and set up your park pass. And that means you have to select what park you're going to visit. So once we see that your dates are clear, then we'll go ahead and book your trip, and we'll go ahead and have you go in, and you need to sign some waivers and say that you know the risk and the precautions and everything that's going on, and that you need to go ahead and select your park days. Once we select your park days, we'll find out when your 60-day mark is, and then that's when you'll book dining. I will say that Topolino's is an awesome restaurant, and they have character meet and greets, and I've seen them, and the characters are kind of standing behind you and they're going slowly, but you can get some pictures with those characters. The views at Topolino's are beautiful, and that actually means Mickey Mouse in Italian. It's in their new property area, and I just think that that might be a cool thing to do one morning, maybe resort hop around all of the resorts and things like that. So, after your 60 days, you have your dining and you have everything ready to go. I would suggest maybe if waiting around for Magical Express is, not something that you want to do, especially where you do have to go and get your luggage, maybe rent a car. Costco is super cheap to rent cars. I don't know if they go out of MCO, but I'll say that, that's an option for you right there. It's a very weird time. It's a very different time, but I do still think that you can have that magical vacation because in the grand scheme of things, some of our best moments are when we're walking from ride to ride, or when we're just hanging out with our family, or when we're riding a ride and something funny happens, or just being with our family. Again, if it wasn't my family's first Thanksgiving and Christmas in our new home, we would probably be going to Walt Disney World for Christmas, because Disney World at Christmas with extremely low crowds is unheard of. It's insane, and I can only imagine how amazing that would be. But, I'm here as an agent. I'm here just as a Disney lover, even if you don't want to use me as an agent. Things are always changing. I would suggest make sure that you're following the right sites. There's a lot of vloggers and bloggers that are out there to make money. I'm just being honest. And there may be elaborating the truth or saying things that aren't official, or things like that, and we're all, as agents, Disney lovers, just trying to get everyone back into the parks. So tread lightly with what you're watching and who you're following, and just go in with an open mind, and I think that it would be a great trip. I've had a lot of people ask me to do this video and say what my opinion is, and truth be told, I may have different views on COVID and everything that you do, so it may be different for you, but where I'm at in Georgia, the rates just aren't that high. I think with proper precautions and making sure that you're clean and sanitizing and not touching everything, that I think that you could have a really, really cool, different, magical trip. And it would be that trip that you always remembered, that COVID Disney World trip. So that's my opinion on it. If you have any questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer them. I've pretty much transferred all of my clients within a exception of a handful that may kind of tough it out. I'm very curious to see how my first client that actually goes in 2020, how they do, how they like it, how things are going. But just have an open mind. I mean, you can watch right now. Get on the app and watch the wait times. Watch vloggers and Instagrammers and how everyone's doing. And I think Disney did it right. I think they took a lot of time. They lost a lot of money by closing the parks to make sure that they did it right. And I think that they put the public safety, their staff safety at utmost priority. And I think that it shows in their opening plans. And I think that everything will be back to normal, hopefully soon, within the next year and a half. But for now, this may be the new Disney World for the next, immediate future.